Hello once again YouTube, it's PT Panda again with episode 3 of PIFReview. I've missed you all. I hope you've enjoyed the top 10 scariest PIFs that I've done. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it now. Do it. Go on. I'll put a link right there. Go on. And then come back and watch this one. But it took a lot for me to sit through 10 of my scariest PIFs in one sitting, so I would appreciate if you had a look at it. Right, welcome to episode 3. This one is a request one, and I'm going to be doing NSPCC adverts, which was a joint request between Dovemaster, am I saying that right? Dovemaster? DUV Master? Let us know. And Sergeant Noobface, who both requested it in comments from previous videos. So if you'd like an idea to be put forward for, well, I've got a little list of them to do. So yours will get done eventually if you put in a request in the comments, so feel free. I've been playing around with the format of PIFReview, and I've decided that I'm not really going to classify what I'm saying during the review part so much, but I am going to keep the scare factor bit in because I've noticed that a lot of people do enjoy seeing scare factors put onto things. And I've also decided to do things a bit differently for this video as well, because I couldn't actually find a vintage clip. So, just for you guys, I have 2 Sheer Nightmare Field clips, just for your delectation and delight. So, onwards and upwards, this PIF is the classic, and it's called Open Your Eyes.
Mama! Mama!
Miles has learned that nobody comes whether he cries or not. A door, a table, a fist. His abuser says he'll come and get Tom if he does. Sometimes we need to open our eyes to the suffering that's all around us and work together to stop it. Please pledge just £2 a month to the NSPCC and be there for children in desperate need. Please open your eyes and your heart. Call the NSPCC now on 0800 32 32 31 and give £2 a month or whatever you can. Together, we can help stop cruelty to children. Full stop. Let us start now.
This campaign advert more or less encompasses the typical appeal advert for anything really. It shows you something you want to change, gives you a number to call at the bottom of the screen, and tells you how much they need from you a month while they break your heart with case stories. Little different neglected little kids. It's enough to break your heart really. I remember this one very well because I believe it's had a very long running time. I don't know when it started. If someone could put that in the comments for when it actually started. I can remember seeing it on the TV fairly recently. So it's one of the more long-term PIFs, I would say. It always has the same kind of impact. In terms of scare factor, it's more lingering in terms of the sadness rather than scary. So I think I'll give it a 3 out of 10. That's more or less all I've got to say for that one. It really speaks for itself. So for the game changer, I've picked out a rather harrowing advert which did quite literally change the game in terms of how NSPCC conducted their adverts. And it's called Don't Look.
Shut up! I'm gonna smash your face against that gut if you don't shut your screaming noise!
Come and sit over here.
You're brainless, you're stupid, you're no child of mine!
Mummy, where are you? I don't like being on my own.
Not a word to anyone. This is going to be our little secret.
Sometimes we can't bear to look either, but cruelty to children can be stopped, and with your help, it can be stopped forever. Please support the NSPCC's new Full Stop campaign.
It's disturbing, it's distressing, and all those are the D words that mean something horrible. Despite its shock tactics with the visuals, I think the audio is just as horrific. That squeal that the crying baby does when the abusive mother comes towards it really does stick with you, actually. I think that's the worst part of this PIF, to be honest. It really does incite anger in you when you hear things like that, even if it's just acted. And just for that reason, I think it's quite effective. You want PIFs to awake some kind of emotional response in you, even if it is horror or disgust. I think that's what every single PIF that's ever been made goes for, to make you realise that this kind of thing does happen, and is happening, and that's what the specific cause works for, to try and prevent it from happening, and to stop it happening. For the scare factor, I'm going to give this one a toasty 7 out of 10. It's not completely horrifying, but it certainly gets there and strikes a few nerves. Well, aren't you people lucky? You get not one but 2 instalments of Sheer Nightmare Fuel next. For the first of the double bill, it's that classic that makes everyone's skin crawl. You'll know exactly which one I mean if you've watched many of these before. It's called Cartoon Boy.
What's this? Ain't you had all day, have you? Hey, you've been sitting all day watching telly? Who's touched my videos? I said who's messed up my videos? Don't just sit there when I'm talking to you. Yeah. Start backing your ideas up, son. Hey, I'm telling you. Now what the hell are you up to? Look at the state of this place. Hey, look at the state of it. Look at it. What did I tell you about running indoors? Hey, what did I tell you? Where are you? There you are. What are you up to? I just asked you what you're up to. Why do you fucking do this? You dirty bastard! Get out! Yes, get caught, you fucking run! Get out of here!
There's something about that final shot that just turns your stomach. You think there's going to be the cartoon boy lying there, and the realism of the actual situation just smacks you in the face. Along with the slogan and the theme of it, it's a revelation that nobody really wants to believe they've seen. And it makes you feel, well, if you did laugh at it, I didn't personally laugh at it, but if you did have the nerve to laugh at it, it makes you feel guilty, I hope. Plus, there's something about the canned laughter in that ad that made us feel a bit, I don't know. It always reminds us of when, in The Simpsons, when Homer would strangle Bart, and I never really found it funny. Fair enough, they aren't real, and I'm not offended by The Simpsons, but I'm just, making a parallel between cartoon violence and real violence. And it's all in slapstick humour, but when you stop and think that there are fathers out there who'd rather reach for a child's neck to wring than deal with their anger issues, it's enough to make you feel a bit sick, really. The scare factor for this is quite a high one. I'm going to give it a nice 9 out of 10. For the sole reason of that bloody awful end shot. It's awful. So, in the words of another horrible advert in the terms of Safe Style UK, you buy one and you get one free for your nightmare fuel. This second one, I have a rather funny little personal anecdote for you after you've watched it. So here's this one. It's called Race.
Sarah? Hi.
Every month, we need to raise £7 million from fundraising and monthly donations. However you choose to give, together we will make child abuse stop. Full stop.
Now time for you to revel in my misfortune. Because once again, at night, once again because of my insomnia, I happened to change the channel just as Mr. Bunny there emerged from the darkness. I didn't sleep that night either, if you're wondering. I have excellent maximum creep-out timing with these PIFs, don't I? Well, this one's sort of a lesser nightmare fuel than Cartoon Boy, which is probably just as well. But it still makes you feel a bit skin-crawly, stomach-turny, though perhaps not as much as the other one. I decided to go easy on you. So in terms of scare factor, this one's going to get a 7 out of 10. It's like a jump scare, which they aren't as lingeringly scary. It's more psychologically driven scare tactics that really get you right in the gut. But it does throw you off a bit when you first see it. So, that's everything. That's all I've got for you this week. Hopefully I'll be snappy enough with the next episode, which I will tell you in advance is going to be about fire safety, which is going to be followed then by a surprise special. The surprise special is going to be a request video, so I'll just leave that one up in the air and let you figure it out for yourself. I've been your host, Peachy Panda, and I'll just finish with a word of advice for all you fun runners who run in bunny suits. Do not run into my room or I will scream.